You already know what time it is. Welcome to the Tailgate Experience. I'm your host. Your boy Dub Q is in the building, and it is power rankings time. It's time to talk NFL. That's what this is all about. Welcome to the Tailgate Experience, man. Let's get into it as we do. Make no further mistake. Make no mistake about it. We're going to rank the top 32 teams today. We're going to talk a lot about potentially where we stand, well, where I stand on a lot of the rankings with these teams. And I'm going to do a tier list for y'all today, man, because it's time to put this thing into full perspective. It's week 10. I'm talking about anticipation, anticipation, anticipation. Yes, sir. We down bad, bro. Hey, King JP, you already know what time it is, bro. Hey, Jay Isha, what's going on? You know me, I don't give a fudge. So, without further ado, I'm going to start talking about. I'm gonna do a ranking first, where I talk about the teams from 32 on away all the way up to the top. Then I'm gonna do a tier list on how I see them. So at number 32, they say this team is the worst team in the NFL. Drum roll. The Arizona Cardinals. They say that that's, excuse me, the worst team in the NFL. But come on, bro. They compete week in, week out. They're supposed to have Kyler Murray coming back this following Sunday. So this is going to be interesting to see how do they go being 1-7 right now, which we you know we ain't too far behind. Well, I think I'm sorry, it updated. It updated. Let me give y'all the actual where they sitting at, because these guys here, they the worst of the worst right now. And if it stands for today, they would get the number one overall pick. They're 1-8. We're 1-7. So I guess that's a difference. They really don't want Kyler. Them boys don't want Kyler, man. Come on, man. Let's be real. Let's be true about it. The Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals are fighting for the number one overall pick. And be it as it may, we don't even have a pick. So it's going to be one that they're going to be giving away to the Bears. Yeah, giving away to the Bears. That's how I feel. The Patriots, like I said, they're a horrible team. They're in that bottom half of the 32 to me. The Giants are another team that should be in that bottom, in that range to 29 to 32. So my four worst teams right now is the Cardinals, the Patriots, the Giants, and the Panthers. No particular order, but if I had to be real, the Panthers to me are probably the worst team in the NFL, simply because of the coaching, simply because of the culture that they have put forth. It's not a winning culture right now. Um, and I understand a lot of people seem to think that the Carolina Panthers aren't the worst team, but I really do think we are the worst team in the NFL. We couldn't buy a win if our name was win. It's just that bad. JP, you better tell them. Everybody better than us. But Arizona, you can put it in any particular order that you want. The Patriots, like I said, then you have the Bears. The Bears are sitting at 28th. And this is what people keep saying. We should beat the Bears. We should come out and beat the Bears on Thursday. I don't see it happening. Look, I got the Bears ranked a little bit higher because this is like that middle of the pack teams that I'm looking at, and I'm saying, okay, the Bears, the Packers, the Raiders are all in like that same boat. They're all in like limbo. It's like the Raiders, they just got rid of their coach. They went from bad to worse. You're looking at the Packers at I think like 2-6 now. They don't want to give up on Jordan Love, but it's still too early to start thinking about another quarterback. So it's like one of those things where they're in limbo too, because they have a guy, but then they don't have a guy. You don't want to be in that middle pack. You don't want to be sitting in the middle. And that's where the Packers, the Bears, and the Raiders are right now. But the Bears have one thing that nobody else on this list has: hope. Hope. So I'm telling y'all right now, let's move on. In the top 25 in the league to me, and this is where it gets a little funny because I'm gonna go 20 through 25. You can put them in any particular order that you want to. I really don't ever class them in any particular order. But you got Washington, and the funny thing is with Washington, they always setting the reset button. It never fails. Every time you look, no matter who Rivera seems to bring in, he does not seem to go and invest on a quarterback. Therefore, he will always be in limbo status week in, week out, year in, year out until he invests on that guy. But a lot of people seem to think that Heineke or Howell, whatever his name is not the problem there in Washington. The problem is they seem to have a lot of players that they got to pay, a lot of injuries, a lot of guys that just can't get over the hump. It's a mess to me. And to me, in Washington, that whole thing needs to be breaking down and restarted all over. Would I pay most of those guys with Payne and all them that they decided to look at? I would have did the same thing they did. Got rid of Sweat, got rid of Young, start on over, get some picks, and in this next draft, I would go out and get my daggone quarterback and stop playing. That's what Washington needs to do. The Rams is another one. You seen the Rams pull a chase for a quarterback today. They brought in one of those guys. I can't remember who the Rams brought in today. But I was sitting here looking like, well, I'll be damned. Shout out to the ads that pop up. You know you want it so bad. I look around, I said, what the hell? But back to what I was saying. When you take a look at that actual Rams team, they brought in a quarterback today, but it seems to be they can't ever get over the hump because they're in limbo with all that they did, and the Carolina Panthers need to take notes. They need to take a look. This is what it looks like when you buy a championship and you give away all your assets for older aging players, and you have to look around and say, now, what do we do? They didn't want to pay their linebacker in Wagner. They didn't want to pay Von Miller. They didn't want to pay their guys that got them the Super Bowl. They locked Aaron Donald up, but it's one of those ones they're going to be in limbo as well. This all comes from talking about getting booty calls while on the job. Cut it out, JP. Look, man, the Rams are in limbo. A lot of these teams right here. Now, out of these teams I just named, let's look at how many ones going to be looking for a quarterback in the next draft. The Cardinals, the Patriots. I would say that the Giants, being that Daniel Jones is down with an ACL, they're going to be looking for a quarterback. The Bears is going to be looking for a quarterback. The Packers are not invested in Love like they should be. So they're going to be looking for a quarterback. I think the Raiders is going to be looking for a quarterback, even though they took one in this last draft that's sitting behind Jimmy G. The Commies are going to be looking for a quarterback. And I'm just getting to the bottom half right there. That's 7 teams that need a damn quarterback. Bro, that's bad. The bottom half of those teams right there, under the top 20, under the top 20, going to need a quarterback, bro. So you talking about this draft, which coming in, are all going to be heavily invested on the quarterback position. The Bears win either way Thursday. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They win either way because they're going to win with our pick or they're going to win on the field. It's a headache with the Bears, man. The Bears have... Look, DJ Moore will come out and torch our ass. I already know it. It's not even going to be cute. It's going to be one of those ones where we get our ass handed to us in a major way. But it's all good. Your boy Dub Q has hardened up his heart. I have gotten my life together. I refuse to lose anymore. And it's going to be all good. Shit, the Giants can't afford to get rid of Jones. They just paid him this past offseason. Yeah, and that's the problem. Now you got a $40 million quarterback that on the field he can't produce, and now he getting injuries. That's bad. Let's get into that top 20-ish talk. So, once again, I just listed 7 teams that need a quarterback. Let me add one more team to it that's going to need a quarterback too. The Broncos. The Broncos are going to need a quarterback. I don't see no way where Sean Payton goes into another season with what he got right now and Russell Wilson at quarterback, bro. I mean, they started off hot and they ass cool right off. I'm trying to tell you, this is one that's tough. Now, we go up, we're going to look at the Titans. The Titans just found their quarterback. They got to look like a future star here in Will Levis, man. So at number 22, to me, somewhere up in that 20-ish, the Titans just found their quarterback. I think that offensively, they got a number 1 receiver in D-Hop. They got a running back in Derrick Henry. They got an offensive line. I think they need to invest everything they got going forward in the defense, bro, to really help them out. They have a fighting chance to really come out and make some noise with a quarterback that can make some noise. The Chargers, we just saw them last night. They finally got everything clicking. Can they be consistent? I mean, right now, the Chargers, I think the Chargers went to the Jets' ass last night. I can't remember the score. We streamed live on it. But let me get the score up. Chargers versus Jets. I think them boys went in 27-6. Yes, sir. Cut their ass. And I enjoyed every second of it. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Can they do it consistently? Like the Colts is another team, and this is getting into that top 20 that you know, that next tier, that next level. The Colts are sitting at, you know, I think they were 3-5, no, they 4. They don't want 4 games because they cut our tail. Gardner Minshew, like I said, he didn't do anything special Sunday, but I mean, this team was built for AR-15, and it looks like when he gets back, they got their running back situated. They O-line looked decent yesterday, Sunday, and they just got to focus on getting some defensive pieces and some, I would say, probably some weapons for a good old AR. But right now, they're in the top 20 coming into Week 10. Week 10, as it stands, here's the top 20 teams. The Colts, the Saints, I hate to say it, the Bucks, the Succaneers. Baker Mayfield is doing his damnedest job to sabotage the damn team. And I mean, it is looking, it's starting to look bad now. The Texans, whether y'all know it, they're almost a middle of the pack team with a rookie quarterback. Now, to everybody that gets in their feelings, this is where the Panthers should have been. Everybody said when Bryce came in, Bryce was coming into the best situation. This is where our asses should have been sitting at. But instead, Houston is sitting at the middle of the pack where they got a quarterback that's taking 470 yards and 5 touchdowns and cutting ass. I rest my case. I'm not even going on the Panthers tonight. It's not that type of night. Anyway, the Vikings, look, let me tell y'all something about the Vikings. And I commend the Vikings because in spite of rebuilding, in spite of getting rid of their running back Dalvin Cook, in spite of them moving pieces around, in spite of them losing their starting quarterback, them sons of bitches get out there, them some tough motherfuckers. They get out here week in and week out and they just fucking compete. And you can't ask for no more than that. That's the showings of a team that has the DNA of their damn coach embedded in them. The will not to give up. You lose damn near everything and you rebuilding, but you still coming out here and giving it to these niggas, man. I respect the hell out of the damn Vikings. And then Josh Dobbs just was cooking. And right below them, I got the Falcons. The Falcons is one of those teams where it's built on paper. It is beautiful on paper. I mean, they got the defense. They got the cornerback. Even though AJ Terrell get his ass cooked week in and week out, you know, I spent months hearing about how good he was. Well, every nigga has a day. But to say the least, that offense is where the shine needs to be coming a little bit more too. Because when you got a talent like Kyle Pitts, when you got a talent like the wide receiver they got London, when you got a talent like Bijan, Algier, all those guys, but you don't got the damn quarterback to get the job done. That's the problem with Atlanta. That's why they're a middle of the pack team. They got fucking Ferrari. They just don't got nobody who know how to shift. They don't got nobody who know how to drive a stick. So instead, they're sitting there on the clutch all day trying to figure the shit out. This is rough for those guys, man. There's a lot of teams who have improved quite quickly in just 1 year. You damn Skippy. There's a lot of teams that gotten better. And I mean fast. I said I can't call a fan he or she if they have two teams, but damn it. Oh man, your quarterback with the Texans. Hey, my quarterback is with the Colts, man. True popping. I think them clusterfucks might be actually a QB away for real. Shit. Unfortunately, they dumbasses ain't gonna be smart enough to actually go in on another quarterback. They keep trying to get third round, fourth round, fifth round motherfuckers and making them into gold mines. That could be the Falcons' demise. If them stupid son of a bitch ever go into the draft next year and get a first round talent quarterback, we'd be in trouble. But thank you to the owner who's the cheapest son of a bitch we've ever seen. So until they get that mind frame out, he'll be right there every day, every year, doing the same stupid shit he doing. Being cheap. Cheap motherfuckers what he is. The Browns, look, man. I don't know where to sit at with the Browns because it's like the more I give Deshaun Watson leeway, it's like it's something that just keeps telling me, boy, they overpaid for this nigga. Here, they overpaid for this cat, man. And we were in a situation where we wanted this cat, man. And I'm glad we didn't fuck with it because it just seemed to be too much. But I'm going to tell you like this. We wouldn't have went through this quarterback carousel we went through if we would have invested in this cat while we waited that year for him. Life would have probably been a little bit different if we had Deshaun Watson. A quarterback you can rely on, I guess. The Steelers, no matter what, them boys win. I don't know how the hell they do it, but they'll be contending for a playoff spot, man, year in, year out. The Jets, they're trying to rush Aaron Rodgers off of an Achilles injury to bring his ass back. That's just how bad Zach Wilson is. They're trying to rush this cat, got him out there throwing, knowing damn well he need to be sitting down somewhere. I can't give the Browns any credit. They built through free agency, not through the draft. D-Watt not getting his ass rubbed no more. That's the problem. Oh, man, that's crazy. And as we get into the top 10, I think it's no mistake about it. The Bengals, the Bills. I'm a little leery on the Seahawks because I got them on the outside of the top 10, man. I'm not a huge Seahawks fan. It's going to take a lot of convincing for me. Yeah, I get it. They got some young pieces. Yeah, I get it. They only lost 2 games, I think, to this point. But I'm not buying what they selling. It's going to take a lot more for me in Geno Smith because if any quarterback, it take 10 years for the light to come on for this summer, bitch, you better be scared because that's a slow motherfucker. Just saying. Just saying, man. It shouldn't take damn near a decade for you to realize, hey, oh, this is what I need to do. Word, just watch film. Word, just work on my pocket presence. Oh, okay. Word. Seattle don't have enough on defense. They got young pieces on defense, man, but the problem with Seattle, man, their real test comes when the 49ers come. And that's on Thanksgiving. I can't wait to see how they handle a real NFC undoubted test. That's a test for them. If they handle those guys and they beat them, then I'll be a believer. Because to me, in the NFC, it's Philly, San Fran, Detroit, and then it's you could say the Seahawks is next, or you could look, any other way that you want to. I mean, there's a couple of teams that you could argue could be next, but I don't know. It's a big gap after that. And then as I get into the top 10, the Cowboys is just one hellified. I don't know, man. The Cowboys are every year they put forth a good regular season team, and then it's always that team that loses in the goddamn playoffs. They just can't seem to muster up to win big. So they'll always be a middle of the pack team, middle of the road, within the top 10, but they can't elevate to a top 5 team. The 49ers, one of the top teams in the NFC right now. They have traded about every damn piece, every draft pick they could to get their Super Bowl. So they damn sure better get this Super Bowl. They done went out. They done got pieces. They done went and got an edge rusher to go opposite of Bosa. Like they just didn't have a double-digit edge rusher already. God damn. Then you get Hargrove. You get Fred. You got Fred Warner on that defense. I mean, god damn, they loaded over there in 49 world over there. They loaded. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm actually mad because as I'm scrolling through, I actually saw Jim Irsay dancing on the back of the screen on Twitter just now. That kind of pissed me off. He dancing in our fucking locker room, but I'm gonna let that go. That's embarrassing as shit. But and then the top 5 teams to me, as it stands, this is where it gets really good. The Chiefs, top 5 right now to me, man. It don't matter who out there with a quarterback like that. As long as you got him, as long as you got Travis Kelce, you contended for Super Bowls. And that's just how powerful they are. They are the cream of the crop, man. A smart, brilliant mind like Andy Reid is always going to have these boys in position. And they have taught this guy, Patrick Mahomes, the game of football. And it's a beautiful thing to see. I only wish that I had a quarterback of Patrick Mahomes' caliber in Carolina. That shit would be beautiful to see. But anyway, I digress. The Ravens. The Ravens are cutting ass and taking names. That defense, ever since they got Roquan Smith and they went and got some other pieces out there, oh my God. And they actually hit the draft. Them boys was drafted. But Roquan, and this is what I tell y'all when I mean it, a middle linebacker is so vital to the heartbeat of a defense. Look at us in Carolina. We were good in Cam Newton's first year, but we took off once we got Luke Kuechly. Once we had a captain of the defense. You're only as good as the best player on your defense. And the Ravens have a all-pro caliber linebacker that can go sideline to sideline with the best. And god damn it, they're going to need his ass when it comes playoff time. That's the number 4 team to me. The Dolphins are sitting at number 3. Well, no, I'll put them at number 2 because the Jaguars are just a damn good team right now. These boys are real contenders. Trevor Lawrence is no joke. This defense is out there week in and week out giving niggas the business. And I love what I see, bro. My man said, no lie, that's why I wanted Jack Campbell from Iowa. Oh, don't even get me started on Jack Campbell. When I mentioned Jack Campbell, and I told everybody, I said, bro, this cat reminds me of Luke Kuechly. Cat said, "No, Q, no, you don't. What? No, there ain't nobody that could be out here reminding me of Luke Kuechly." Well, it come to find out, he was being mentored by the great Luke Kuechly. It showed. You can see the patterns. Like he instinctually he looked just like him. They played alike. That quick first step, that burst, and that's what I'm saying. That guy was not athletic in the least. But when I tell you he was one of the smartest guys in that draft last year when it comes to playing the linebacker position, oh man, Detroit got a steal. In 2 or 3 years, you talking about a boy that's gonna probably be running for defensive player of the year, and you got Aiden Hutchinson right there with him. That's how you build a defense. You go and you get a supreme edge rusher, and you turn around and you get a middle linebacker that can go sideline to sideline. I love it. What is Jack Campbell ranked as linebackers this year? I'll look it up in a few. The last 2 teams we got, the Dolphins and the Eagles. The Dolphins are probably the most explosive offense in all of football. Explosive. And every time I look at them, they're scoring touchdowns, they're backflipping, they're doing everything. They went to work on the Panthers. My God. Oh, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking at Jack Campbell's info real quick. I'm going to tell you right, oh my God, Jack Campbell got bigger. Pause. I'm looking at his information. This cat just grew to 6'5". 6'5". He was 6'3.5" at the draft. He was like 6'3", 6'4". Now he is 6'5", 243 pounds. Oh my God. And I mean, so far, he only got 21 solo tackles and a sack. I mean, goddamn, he getting 8 to 9 tackles. Let's see. Where is he ranked in the NFL right now? I'm trying to see. Hold on. And you're right, J Issue. Shout out to Luke for wanting to work with that young fella, man. Because he didn't come out here and tell the Panthers, hey, you need to take him, even though, you know, Luke was on the scouting team, so he know good talent when he see it. But Smitty didn't have no experience working on a damn scouting team. And he around here giving advice on who we should take. Now look at us. We stuck with Mingo. It seemed like he was a little bit smaller, JP. I thought he was 6'4" and some change when he measured in at the draft. That's a big son of a bitch, man. That is a big cat, but I'm gonna have to take time to look at where he is ranked amongst the NFL, because I don't have that info in front of me right now. And you know, you gotta do a little bit of research. But yeah, I'm impressed by what I see from Jack Campbell. Well, hold on, let me look at his Pro Football Focus. Jack Campbell, linebacker rank. To everybody who just getting in here, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. We talking power rankings, we talking teams, we talking basically the NFL, man. Like in the top, let's see. I know that's college. Of course, Pop would ask me a question. It could take me 20 minutes to go find. Oh, Lord. Anyway, let's see where we at. Let's get to the tier list, man. If I don't do nothing else, let me get to the tier list. All right, let's put this in full perspective of where we sitting at with some of these teams. Hey, you're right. PFF is stingy. They don't give nobody no ratings. They don't give nobody no credit. Let's get into it. All right, the Saints. top of our division right now, I'm going to label them as a potential wild card right now. I was going to go mediocre at best, but I'm not going to do them like that, man. But I will do the Bucks. Mediocre at best. Shout out to P. Lions a lot better in defense this year. Yeah, you're right. Nah, Campbell one of them big tree tackling country white boys. Motherfuckers always huge. Pause. Hey, yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna let that sit right there. Pause. Now I'm looking at the Miami Dolphins, and I'm gonna put them as a potential Super Bowl contender. Super Bowl contender. I think that Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devin Achane, this offensive line can score with the best of them. Now the problem is they can't stop no damn body, but it's all good. I think also the Baltimore Ravens are for real this year. Odell, that crew, the young receiver that they got, Zay Flowers. I mean, good God, that defense is elite. This year, I'm gonna put the Bengals as a potential wild card because the Bengals have the ability to turn it on and turn it off, but right now they aren't living up to where we need them to be here at week 10. Miami lighting the ass against the real teams. Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Okay, the Broncos. They compete for number one. The Giants. They right beside them. The Vikings. They're a rebuilding team. So right now I'll label them mediocre in the middle of the pack. But like I say, I like the Vikings because they're a young, scrappy team. They're in the middle of rebuilding, but they're still contending. Kirk Cousins is down, but the next man up mentality at quarterback. I love what I see from them, man. It's just a lot of fight, but I can't put them in. Well, maybe I can put them in potential wild cards. What y'all think? In the chat, y'all tell me right now. Should I put them at mediocre at best or potential wild cards? I'll let y'all decide. The Vikings. Should I leave them there or pull them up? It's your list. Keep my thoughts to myself. Oh, there go Jay Issue. That damn Jay Issue. While I'm waiting on the Vikings answer, I'll go to LA. We all know LA is I think they're going to be a mediocre team. Jay Issue thinks the Vikings are a wild card. Minnesota right there. If you look at the okay, so wild card. Everybody saying move them up. Okay, no doubt. The Detroit Lions are a playoff team to me. I like them. Like I said, you know, Jared Goff ain't no slouch. We saw them when they came to town. They were one of the hardest offenses when we played them. They got a little while to go. The Chicago, they're going to be competing for that first round pick. San Fran. Currently, San Fran is a top NFC team. They're definitely a playoff team. Week in and week out, I like them, but I don't think they're quite like that contender level. But they like right there. We'll see if these new pieces they just got in after the trade deadline pushes them to a contender level. Philly is definitely contender level though. They got depth, they got the quarterback, they got pieces, they got everything you need. A man say, yeah, wild card. If the Vikings had defense, they would be a problem. Yeah, you damn right. Because no matter who they got at quarterback, boy, they picking you apart. The Raiders is going to be in that number one pick part. Green Bay is, I think Green Bay is a young but intriguing team. And I'll say this because some weeks Kyle Love look like he can be the guy, and there's some weeks that look like he's just a guy. So they're intriguing, but it's like I haven't seen enough to really get a full opinion about them. And I'm gonna do a better job of checking them out. But man, JP said if Detroit had playoff experience already, I'd call them contenders. Green Bay. So let's get to Washington. To me, until Washington fixed their quarterback position and they just traded away a lot of guys, there'll be another one at the lower half of the league. Arizona is at the lower part of the league too. The Steelers, I think they're a young, intriguing team. We know that Kenny Pickett is not it, so they're going to have to figure that out. They aren't in garbage level because that whole bottom row is like garbage level to me. The Buffalo Bills. Yeah, Love has been up and down, JP. The Buffalo Bills are like that playoff contended team that just can't get over the fucking hump. They're always there, but they just can't get over the hump. The Falcons. The Falcons are in that limbo status where it's like the quarterback is holding them back so much to they're gonna be forced to be mediocre, man. They're gonna be on the same level with the Bucks. It's like until they address that, it's gonna be hard for them to elevate until they do that. And that's why I slightly got the Saints above them, is because the Saints, Derek Carr, we know what he is fully, and you could take it from there and understand that they seem to be more fluent. Like offensively, they seem to, and this is bad because I saw Derek Carr up close and personal, and he didn't do anything to impress me. But as they're slowly coming on, slowly but surely, and they got a lot of aging veterans and a lot of guys that's on the back half of their career. So it's intriguing to see how they're going to really fix that with the Saints. But the Falcons are a mediocre team at best to me. Now, here's another potential wild card. To me, Seattle Seahawks fall in that category. My dog, just a log, say the Bills might not make the playoffs. If you look at their schedule, where they sit now, CJ might grab that 7th spot. Bro, you right about that. Patriots are in that lower level as well. The Browns are like a step above that. It's like they're a young, intriguing team. They got their quarterback situated, but it's like, they haven't taken off yet. So we're going to see. Now, this is tricky because the Houston Texans are a young, gritty, and I mean determined team. With their young quarterback, they have the head coach that has single-handedly turned the franchise around from being a laughingstock. And now you're talking about potentially making the playoffs in your first year? That is crazy. Houston is where the Carolina Panthers want to be. That's what Houston, and once again, in the AFC, Houston got the potential right now to make a wild card in CJ Stroud's first year. It's a scrappy young team, man. With this team right here, as long as Patrick Mahomes is there, you have the potential to be in the Super Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys are perennially they're more like a wild card team to me this year. But I'm going to put them at the playoff caliber because they're going to make the playoffs. They just ain't going to win a damn game once they get in the playoffs. My man said the Texans are a wild card. Yeah, I agree with you. When Ryans get that defense rolling, Lord have mercy. The Texans going to be a problem, bro. I think we all see that promise. And this is the sad part. They were a laughingstock with Lubby last year. And now you got D'Amico in here. You go get Will Anderson. You go get Stroud. You go get Dale and all them boys to go along with them. And even with a shitty offensive line, CJ Stroud is out there week in, week out, giving niggas the business with his dumb ass. I had to do it one time. with his dumb ass. Nah, man, CJ Stroud has shut me up. I'm not gonna call him a dummy anymore. He's earned every bit of respect and admiration as he should. He has come out here week in and week out and put that team on his back. He is a young, budding superstar. And I'll give respect where respect is due. He is that. He is him. Let's see the Chargers. To me, and this is where I get a little lost in the sauce with the Chargers because they got the quarterback. They got receivers here. You saw Eckler last night. But it's like it's little things. The defense is improved a little bit, but they always seem like they're like a mediocre, middle of the pack team. And it's like because they're stuck in the AFC and they're not good enough to eclipse anybody over there. I don't think one-on-one, and if the playoffs are on the line, they can't beat the Bills. I don't think they can beat the Bengals. I don't see them beating Kansas City. I don't see them beating half of like the Jaguars. I don't see them beating none of those guys. Hell, if A-Rod come back, they can't beat the Jets. So the Chargers are sitting at that mediocre. Hold on, what he say? Stroud top flight and running back. Damn. You should just put a casket by our logo. Oh, see, that was funny. That was very funny, man. Shout out to C for that, man. That's my dog. Yes, sir. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being in here tonight, man. We got a couple of more to go, but look, make no mistake, we may be small in numbers starting this channel off, but I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys in here tonight. And we will be streaming from this channel tomorrow for the game. I was weighing it on streaming on the bigger channel, but I'm gonna stream on this one because I want to build this up. So yeah, thank y'all for being here, man. Thriller couldn't even rise us up. Oh my God. That is too funny. So let's get to the Jets. The Jets last night went out there, got their butts handed to them, but we all said had A-Rod been there, that Jets team would look entirely different. And I think that the Jets are young and intriguing. They're better than wild cards had they had, A-Rod in at quarterback. So I would put the Jets at a potential playoff team, but I'm going to go based off of, because this is the week 10 power rankings, and right now they don't currently have A-Rod in there. So without a doubt, I'm going to have to put them in a lower task because I see the potential, I see the talent, I see how good they are, but I need to see them with that bad man in there. Because right now with Wilson, they losing with him. But I know that's a change once they get a quarterback immediately. So I'm going to put them kind of like at the mediocre stage, and it's not because of the talent. It's only because Zach Wilson is their quarterback right now. Jay's rolling me up a green thing. I hear you. Appreciate you, JP. The Will Levis-led Tennessee Titans. He was named the starter today, and I love the fact that they have found a guy. He seems to be a franchise guy for them, and boy, did they really hit on it. D-Hop seemed very happy as he was walking into the end zone. So yes, I'm going to put them at a young and intriguing team right now. Young but intriguing. I'm going to put Indy in the same thing because their young quarterback, AR-15, is down and out, but they got Gardner Minshew right now, and they have the ability to win games, but I cannot judge them off of Gardner Minshew being the head quarterback right now. I know that this team would look entirely different with AR right now. And that's a known fact. That guy is different. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. And last but not least, the Jaguars, the second best team right now in the NFL. They look like, should I put them there? Playoff teams? Because they're going to definitely be a playoff team this year. But are they truly the next level Super Bowl contenders yet? Are they? The Titans on par with Green Bay. He said the Titans on par with Green Bay. Yeah, I got them. I got them on in the same level right there. Young but intriguing. See, talking about leave us as is. Don't even move it. Oh, y'all funny. Talking about for the contention for the #1 pick. Yeah, well, yeah. If I but man said we gave Gardner Minshew 2 touchdowns. Look, this is the tier list, and I'm gonna be fair. Y'all seen it. If y'all just getting in here and y'all repping another team, look, I am a Panther, and I am the hardest critic on my own team. I am leaving them off this tier list. To me, we are the bottom of 32, and I know there's going to be somebody who watches this video later and say, I don't agree. I think we're better than 32. No, we aren't. Our record signifies what we are in the NFL. When people show you who they are, the great Maya Angelou said that. Believe them. Thank you. This has been a power ranking of the NFL on a new NFL channel. This is called the tailgate because, like I said, we're going to chop it up with you. We're going to kick it with you. We're going to put a little bit of robustness over them ribs, and we're going to show you how it go. Week in, week out. I'm going to bring it to you. We're going to build that thing on up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Your boy Dub Q is signing out.